This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, welcome everyone. We continue in Mishna Berura, Yomi. We're up to Siman Taf Ayin Gimel. Sif Dalid, where the Mechaber says, is talking about the preparation of the Ka'ara. So he says you need to prepare salt water, says Mishna Berura. Sif Katan Chaf Aleph, Lipo Behem HaKarpas V'Hayarak, to dip the karpas in the vegetable. Imchal B'Shabbos, if Erev Pesach comes out on Shabbos, Yasa Hamei Melech Koidem Shabbos. Or if Pesach night comes out on Shabbos, make the salt water before Shabbos. V'lo Yasa B'Shabbos, K'ma Shekotzav B'Siman Shin Chaf Aleph Sif Beis. V'im lo Yasa Koidem Shabbos, if you didn't make it before, V'ein lo Chometz Litbo B'hen, and you don't have vinegar, Yesh Lasas Mei HaMelech Ma'ad K'ma Shekotzav Sham, you can make a little bit as said over there. V'hinei Inyan Tibel Hayarak. The Inyan of dipping the vegetable b'mashkin, a liquid, who mitakanas chachamim, is an enactment of our sages, kedei lahatzmiya es hatinoikos, in order to precipitate questions of the children, sheyiru shinoi shoichlin ayrakas b'tibol, that they see a differentiation that we're eating the vegetables by it being dipped. Shein derech la'achlam kaidem asuda b'choy meisashana, we don't typically eat it before the meal the rest of the year. V'yishalu al shinozeh, they'll ask about this differentiation, sha'amiras ha'haggadah, that the saying of the Haggadah mitzvah la'amra derech tshuva, it's a mitzvah to say it as a response al she'elosh shesha'aluhu, on the questions that they ask. Shenemar ki yishalcha bincha ve'amarta lebincha avadim hayinu. Okay, Sif Katan Chaf Beis Zeicha lechagiga. And we have one tavshel as remembrance of the Chagiga. V'imchal Erev Pesach b'Shabbos. If Erev Pesach comes out on Shabbos, yesh oimrim, some say dein tzarich likach rak tavshel echad. Some say you only have to take one dish. Keneged Pesach. Why? The Chagiga in Abba as she'ina doicha Shabbos. We don't bring the Chagiga then because it's not doicha the Shabbos. So if Erev Pesach comes out on Shabbos, some say we don't have to take only one tavshel. V'yesh oimrim. Da'afal pikein tzarich lasa shnei tavshil, and some say nevertheless you have to take two. Kamay b'shar shanim v'loy plug rabbanim b'zeh. And there's no difference, no matter what year it is. Mida'ena el zecha ba'alma, since it's only a zecha v'chein noyagin, and so is the minhag. V'nohagu b'basar u'beitza. The minhag is meat and eggs. To use meat and an egg, v'chol shekain, and all the more so iboi lasa shnei minei basar. If you want to make two types of meat, echad sali, one is roasted, v'echad mavushal, one is cooked, zeicha lepesach v'chagiga, as remembrance for the Karban Pesach and the Karban Chagiga, the shaper dummy, that is okay. I mean, if you want to make two kinds of meat, one roasted and one cooked, that's fine. Just a egg, you are also yotze. V'yeshekas, with some right, the mashef bacharu bebeya, that the reason why they selected an egg, kolaymar boi rachame lemifrak yasana. Some say, and there's the opinion of the Kolbai, that an egg is a tefillah. We're asking for Rachmanas to redeem us. Some say we're making mourning for the Beis Hamikdash, that we're not able to bring a Karban Pesach. Says Rama, you should arrange the car before you, but in a way that you don't have to be over on the mitzvahs. Karpas should be above everything. And the vinegar near it even closer than the matzah. The matzah closer than the maror. And they should be even closer min habasar v'habetza. Says the Mishna Berura, Lamala means perish samachlai, meaning the closest thing should be the karpas and the chometz, followed by the matzah, followed by the mar and the charoises, followed by the basar and the beitza. Some say it doesn't matter if you have to jump over the meat and the egg, since it's not a mitzvah. And also on the mar and charoises, it could be it's not the whole inyan of in ma'avirin ala mitzvahs does not apply. And look in the achronim, the ka'ara of the Arizal, Zraya al shem Zraya Natuya. Well, let's see the mechaber. V'habasar nagushia Zraya. The meat, the minhag is to use the Zraya of an animal. V'noagu the minagish habasar yiatzali, that the meat should be roasted ala gechalim on coals. V'habeitza tia mevushelas, and the egg should be cooked. V'ladin sluya, or the same din would be roasted. V'chei noagim be'irenu. So for the meat you use as raya, and the basar is roasted on coals, and the beitza should be mevushelas. The egg should be cooked or roasted, and that's the minhag. Says Mishna Berura Zroya, Sivkatan Chav Zayin, Al Shem Zroya Natuya, Shehar HaKadosh Baruch Hu b'Mitzrayim, for the outstretched arm that Hashem showed in Egypt. Umisha in lo Zroya, so it doesn't have Zroya, Yikach Shar Basa, take any other meat, Af B'la Yatzim, even without the bone, Kasva Poiskim, the Be'inan Shia Ma'at Basar Al Zroya, the Poiskim right, there needs to be a little bit of meat on the arm, Shu Zecher LeBasar Karban Pesach, as a Zecher to the Basar of the Karban Pesach, Yat Sali. It should be roasted, v'loy mavushal, but not cooked, zecher lekarban pesach. So the vzraya should be roasted, and the beah should be mevushalas. It should be roasted on coals. V'avshay ha-pesach nitzal lecharchil b'shapud, even though the pesach was roasted on a spit, mikamakoim, kivan she'ein nitzal ela b'shapud, nevertheless, since it's only roasted on a spit, shall remain of a remain shetarach la'asacha, which is difficult to get, the fikach dailanu b'tzli. Therefore, it's enough if it's roasted agabe gechalim on kol sheyoytzin me'ikar hadin, that you're yoytzin me'ikar hadin gam b'karban pesach, also with the karban pesach. Therefore, in other words, it's enough to use coals that you're yoytzim me'ikar hadin v'habeitza tiyash yizeichel chagiga she'enon tzrichat slali. The egg could be cooked v'adin sluya or roasted. Chagiga ba ben sli ben vushel, chagiga could also be roasted. V'chei noyagin b'medina seinu b'irenu, the Rama says to roast the chagiga. Litzleis habeya, to roast. V'asar lechal hazrei b'layla, it's asar to eat the zraya at night. Ein oichlin sli b'layla, we don't eat anything roasted at night. Aval habeitza, but the egg afshit sluya mutter, even though it's roasted, it's mutter she'ein esed sli b'beitza. There's no isser of tzli in the egg. According to this, it is prohibited to roast the arm at night. Meaning, according to this, that we don't do tzli at night. So not only do we not eat the zraya, but we don't roast it at night. But we have to roast it from while it's still day. Unless, excuse me, you are allowed to roast it at night. The only thing is, you can't. If you're not going to be eating it on Yom Tif, you're not allowed to be cooking unless you have in mind to eat it the next day. Therefore, if you forgot and you roasted at night, you should be careful to eat it the next day in the morning. If you have in mind that you're not going to eat the egg until the second night, you can't roast the egg either. You would have to do it before Yom Tif. Chayyadim says it is bad in my eyes. Shazarkin hazraya, that they throw away the zraya. Who bizoy mitzvah? Umitzvah la'aniach b'yom tov sheni ba'boiker l'toichatzli. It is a mitzvah to place it on the second day of Yom Tif in the morning into the roasted dish. It's suddenly Yom Tif, and va'oichlin oisai, and then you eat it in the next day. Okay, Bezos Hashem, we'll pick it up tomorrow. Sifhei.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.